What if the reason that people struggle financially their entire lives has nothing to do with intelligence? It has nothing to do with how hard they work during their career, and it has nothing to do with exactly how much money they make. What the real difference between the average financial lives of individuals and the extremely wealthy is a set of money lessons that is taught at a much younger age. And these are lessons that are not even taught today in traditional schools. And I want to break them down. So, in today's video, we're going to be looking at the money lessons that billionaires and people of wealth do learn at a much earlier age. And these are lessons that I did not know really at all until a much younger age. Lessons about really how you think about money, how you think about time, risk, and opportunity. And most importantly, how you can apply these principles and start changing in 2026, no matter your income. Because here's the honest truth: you don't need to be a billionaire to benefit from this type of thinking, but you do need to stop thinking how we were traditionally thought or even the lack of education we've seen. Now, the first one we look at is compounding. Compounding is not optional, it is foundational when it comes to wealth building. Again, it is a different way to think about it. Billionaires understand something that most people completely underestimate or they don't really understand. Time is more valuable than money. Time is going to be the ability through compounding to actually grow that money. It isn't just an investing concept when it comes to compounding, it is the engine behind building a massive fortune and having wealth when it comes to later in life. Warren Buffett often says that the greatest advantage that he has ever had wasn't intelligence, wasn't even the ability to stock pick. It was starting early and staying consistent with investing. When we start looking at since he started at age 12, the majority of his wealth came after age 50, not because he suddenly got smarter, just because he, at this point, had dedicated and had decades of compounding interest that was accumulating to do all of that heavy lifting we see. Now, most people delay investing in general because they think, I don't make enough yet. Billionaires think every year that I wait is the amount of money that I can never get back. And again, it is a different mentality. And when it comes to this specific lesson, start early, reinvest everything, let time do the work and compounding do the work instead of really working against you. Now, the second one we look at is income feels safe. Ownership is what will create wealth. When you start looking in the hard truth that most people don't want to hear, high income can make you comfortable. High income will not and will never make you wealthy. Billionaires have learned, and I understand this now, that when it comes to ownership, it beats income every single time. They don't just work for money, they work to accumulate assets. This could mean a whole bunch of different things to different people, but it could mean owning a business. And a lot of people, including myself, I am a business owner, owning stocks, owning asset, owning real estate, owning intellectual property. A paycheck will stop the moment that you stop working. Meaning, if you leave your 9 to 5 job tomorrow, guess what? They are not going to pay you any longer. Ownership will pay you in making money while you sleep. What Warren Buffett has also been noted saying will keep you wealthy forever. Wealthy people obsess when it comes to equity, not the salary. Income is the survival tool. Ownership is the freedom that gives you that. Now, the third one, leverage is a tool, not a risk when used correctly. Now, this is something that I personally started doing about 3 years ago and actually leveraging my investment portfolio to invest more money in the market. Most people hear the word leverage, and I have for many, many years, and think of danger, stay away. Billionaires hear leverage and think safety and scale. What they don't understand and how people use money or how people use leverage is you are actually using other people's money, you are using other people's time and technology and systems. Instead of doing everything yourself, building systems and having systems that can multiply the results that we see from a portfolio far beyond the personal contributions that I make to that portfolio. This is one idea, one business, one investment that can scale millions of dollars in an investment portfolio into billions of dollars without requiring working hundreds of thousands of hours in a normal work week. Leverage is only risky when you don't understand it. Use it wisely, and this is how you can really scale and accelerate your wealth. Now, when it comes to money, it's a tool, it's not a scorecard. This, again, is something probably in the last decade that I've really focused on. Most people use money to impress others. We look at lifestyle creep, we look at keeping up with the Joneses. Billionaires use money to buy their time, to buy freedom. Again, it is a different mindset, it is a different mentality. They don't see money as a proof and really an earmark or bookmark for success. They see it as a tool that is going to create freedom. It is going to really give you time freedom. It is going to give you location freedom. It is also going to give you the freedom to decide what you want to do with that time. This is why so many wealthy people can live far beyond their means. They can have much nicer houses, much more expensive cars, and they don't do it. That is where you kind of live within your means. They are not trying to look rich, they are trying to stay free and knowing that time is something that you can never get back. Once you stop chasing that status, start taking and really chasing time and getting that time back, your financial decisions in your entirety will change in its entirety. Now, taxes are strategic, it is not an afterthought. For a majority of people, they earn money first, then they hope the money that they earn, they cover and they pay enough taxes. Billionaires think in reverse, planning on really how money is earned, when it's earned, how is it going to be taxed long before they ever earn it or long before it ever hits their bank account. Looking at long term capital gains, looking at business deduction, tax advantage accounts. We're looking at 401ks, IRAs, HSAs, time income versus the expensive. It isn't about cheating the system, it is about understanding the tax system because over a lifetime, a simple tax strategy alone can be the difference between millions gained or millions of dollars that are absolutely being lost. Now, of course, cash flow beats lifestyle every time. This is a lesson, again, probably within the last 3 years that I've really learned. Expensive lifestyles don't create wealth, cash flow, and assets do. When we start looking at billionaires, they prioritize assets that generate a consistent income. This could be a business, this could be an investment, rental properties, dividends from our stocks or our ETFs. Flashy purchases look really good in the moment. They don't buy freedom, they create additional obligation. When your wealth starts growing and your money starts working a lot harder than you do, you will be able to again go ahead and buy back that time. Now, debt can be used as a weapon, which we see for a lot of people, but it can also be used as a trap. Most people are taught, and if we look at the teaching of Dave Ramsey and a lot of other individuals, that debt is bad. Billionaires know the difference, and I have learned the difference myself. Consumer debt that drain wealth, absolutely, that is going to fall into that bad bucket. Strategic debt that can accelerate growth and allow you to build assets much faster, that is kind of a weapon or a positive debt. If you use that carefully, intentionally, and backflow by cash flowing assets, you can make a really big difference. The problem isn't debt, it is the amount of debt that you have that is very unproductive or it is at a very, very high rate. It's not about the consumption, it's about the creation of wealth that the mindset really shifts. And the final one I'm going to leave you with, learn the game first, then delegate. Early on, many wealthy individuals do everything for themselves, not because they want to, because they want to understand the mechanics and the basics of what they do. They learn how money flows, they learn how investment portfolios work, they learn how to build businesses, how to generate profit. After that, you can delegate that out to experts. And if you're making, let's say, $1 million in a business, and you can delegate something for $100,000 instead of doing it yourself, you can keep all the profits and really the gap that we have between there. They never outsource the understanding of the products itself, and they have a deep understanding. So the most important takeaway when we look at these lessons aren't just for billionaires. They are the foundation. They are the understanding and the mindset shift that you need to shift your behaviors financially. Behaviors change result. It doesn't make a difference if you have a massive income. It doesn't need absolute perfect timing. You just need to start thinking about things differently, and you can start that today because the habits you build now will really determine whether money controls your future or you control your future itself through the monetary policy we have. All right, guys, so that's going to do it for today's video. Definitely like the video, subscribe to the channel if you have not yet, and I'll catch you in the next video.